Well, YouTube, I promised that I would put the Panasonic RF-6300 on the YouTube site when I had a chance, and I was surprised that there are no videos, at least that I can find, of this radio. And I know it's categorized as scarce, but there's more videos of the RF-9000 on the internet than this one. Anyway, it's a pretty simple radio to operate. I don't know how good this video is going to come out. I had to come out here on the back porch just to get enough lighting for my antiquated camera. It's got a clock, digital clock in here with an alarm that you can either set for the music or the chirp, as they call it, and your alarm settings here. It's got a sleep function, doze function, and 12 memories. Really surprising performance from this radio. It really is quite a good receiver. Anyway, let's turn it on. I've had these batteries in here for 2.5, 3 months. I haven't even used it on AC yet. I've used it just to make sure it works, but it's pretty good on batteries. The only thing I really don't like about this radio, this is a design thing, is if they made this VFO knob smooth and free spinning, or even weighted, that would really be incredible. But you can get around the bands pretty fast. Get your slow function here, which goes in single kilohertz steps, and this will jump in 10 kilohertz steps. So let's see if I can find something. Every time you change bands, it defaults to a particular frequency. The band 4 defaults to 16 megs. Then band 5 defaults to 25 megs, 95, 9.5, 5.5, and 2.8. And of course you have your AM, always defaults to 1000 kilohertz, but real good audio.
How to avoid
obviously, as you expect. Turn that down a little bit. And extremely stable. Once you get a sideband station tuned in, you almost never need to touch the BFO pitch control whatsoever. So, of course, it's got long wave and FM. Every radio has FM. But obviously good performance on there. So let's see if I can't get something for sideband demonstration here. Up here is a scale. It tells you the range for each of the 5 shortwave bands, and then it has some specific frequency ranges here. For example, the 20 meter amateur radio band, it has the 14.0 to 14.350, and actually some of these are no longer valid. They're due to changes in the band plan, but for the most part they're pretty good. And then it has the meter bands, the ranges for the different meter bands for shortwave. So kind of informative. So I guess the best chance to get something would be 20 meters right now, because I'm only using the whip antenna. So let's see if I can find anybody here. There's something there. Not much.
Juliet Lima Echo, Whiskey Delta 5 Foxtrot.
You're still about the same signal strength, over.
Well, not a lot of band activity, so just bear with me. At least we get an opportunity to hear how the sideband sounds with this radio. I hope. And maybe we can
okay, 73, John, nice to work you, and we'll look for you later on. VA3JLE, WD5F. A QRZ, WD5F.
So, not a lot going on right now, but as you
I
can
hear somebody, but you're way down there. Try it one more time, please.
hear, it does tune in real nice, right, pitch perfect.
Just no copy. CQ20. Hello, CQ20 from Whiskey Delta 5 Foxtrot. Whiskey Delta 5 Foxtrot calling CQ and box.
Now, I just turned this radio on for the first time today, just before I started the camera in record mode. So there's just no drift to this thing whatsoever. It's just really amazing. The other thing that I found out that was outstanding with this radio is the filter, the wide narrow filter. So if I can get a station,
upright and godly lives
there you go.
In the present age.
Now on wide mode,
this is a work of the Holy Spirit in our soul.
that's 5 off.
And in
6,
perfecting
7,
our soulmate.
8,
And
9,
by His
10.
grace, we cooperate.
So 11 kilohertz off. I can still hear this extremely strong station.
We take on more and more.
But if I go down to just 5 off,
and we must practice it.
and you can't even, well, you can hear some splatter, but again, this is an extremely strong station, but the narrow filter really is impressive on this radio. Most of the times they're just more or less an audio filter that just gives you the idea that you're narrowing down the frequency bandwidth, but you're really not. But this one does work. Very, very impressed with the filter on this radio. Like I said, you get 12 channels for memory. But the only thing is, when you change to different frequencies, ranges, you have to turn your band knob to meet with wherever that frequency is. So, for example, this is a 160 meter band frequency, so I have to switch the band selector to that, and then again, same thing with these here, which are all in the on the third shortwave band here. So anyway, very simple radio. You do have a lock for the frequency, fast and slow speed on the tuning. Dial light, which only illuminates the clock and the meter. You can turn the frequency display off to save your battery. And you can see, like I said, these batteries have been in here for about almost 3 months, and I've only used the radio on batteries, and there's almost no depreciation in their capacity still. And even with turning the frequency display on and the battery indicator only goes down just a slight amount. Is it rocket science as far as its accuracy as to the battery drain? But no, but at least it gives you some idea that your batteries are good enough to operate on, at least for the time being. The auto function here is just to enable or disable the clock function or the alarm function, and of course you have your power here. BFO pitch, you can almost leave it in one setting, both for upper sideband and lower sideband. It seems to be right about the 10 o'clock position, almost perfect for everything. And again, BFO on and off, your bandwidth, narrow and wide. This is your RF gain control, which on most radios I don't use, at least on a portable, but I actually do have to use it on this radio often. And it's just that good of a receiver. And then your bass and treble controls. So you have built antenna, obviously, and on the back are some connectors so that you can hook up an external antenna, as one would expect. So separate batteries for the clock memory as well. So that's it. I just thought I'd put a real quick video on YouTube for this radio, just so someone has an opportunity to get up close and personal with this one. Hope you enjoyed it.